Welcome back. Well, mild and wet across the area, and it's going to stay on the mild side over the next couple of days. Then this weekend, weather event. It depends on how cold we get, on whether we're going to see frozen precip or just plain old soaking rains, and that is certainly a possibility. Let's take a look at the numbers for today. 68.53. We've had plenty of rain, about a quarter to a half inch in most spots so far. But just look at the records, though, and the bottom right-hand corner. The record cold on this date was 8, set a year ago today, and that was roughly just before midnight, and we had anywhere between 8 and 13 inches of snow on the ground. The blizzard of 2025, and tomorrow night's low was 4 degrees. So again, record smashing cold and a record system. This time around, we're looking at something that we see once every 4 or 5 years, the potential of an ice storm, and we may not see it on this particular event, but we have all the ingredients. Arctic air coming down from the north, low pressure off the California coast is going to move eastward and bring a ton of Pacific moisture, and we're getting a little taste of that Pacific moisture today already in the form of some pretty potent rains, and maybe more on the way, soaking rains as we go into the weekend. But look at all the winter storm watches. They go from eastern Arizona all the way over to North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia. So you know we have a whopper of a winter storm on the way and a little bit more of a southern track. Meanwhile, locally, it's been wet across the area, plenty of rain and some locally heavy downpours, especially along and south of the I-10 corridor. This is all moving eastward, but there's more activity to the south and west. Should tail off as we get into the later evening hours. And by midnight, I think we're just going to see scattered activity and more sporadic activity. Now, out of abundance of caution, the National Weather Service issuing that winter storm watch for portions of Acadiana. This is for Saturday, midday Saturday, which is kind of early, through 6 p.m. Sunday. That's when I would favor our best chance for seeing any frozen precipitation. It's going to be during the day Sunday. I don't think we see our temperatures get below freezing, maybe till Sunday morning, but that's not a done deal. You can have a 20-degree difference between Lafayette and just Opelousas over a 15 or 20-mile span. So in this type of situation, so we got to watch it closely. So this is the risk of minor hazardous driving conditions, an ice storm severity risk. Yesterday, Lafayette was in the yellow and orange, 40-50%. Now we're at 20-30% I-10 corridor on southward. But anywhere in the red, this is where we're going to see the possibility of maybe some icing. Could be as early as Saturday night or during the day Sunday. And then we wouldn't advise travel off into northern Louisiana. Still on track for an ice storm there for sure. So the rains taper tonight, and then we'll see a few sporadic showers across the area tomorrow afternoon. Rain chance at about 30-40%, and it's not going to be an all-day rain. And then that very cold air oozing southward like molasses as we get into Friday and Saturday. Notice Saturday, we're still in the 40s Saturday morning, and temperatures hold in the 40s through Saturday afternoon. You see the winter weather developing. Now, the graph model only gets us out 72 hours, so we'll bring in the Euro, the other reliable model that looks to be in sync with the graph model right now, and it's just painting a rainy, coldish day. Notice the temperature in Lafayette, 68. Will that cold air outperform what the models are saying? Still in the 60s. And then temperatures drop. Then the cold air comes in. So timing of that cold air, and on the back end of this, there could be frozen precip, maybe some sleet, maybe even a snow flurry just off to our north and west. The GFS is kind of hinting at that. And then temperatures as we get into Sunday night should drop down, and the coldest air gets here, dropping down into the low to mid-20s. So we'll keep that in mind. As for model ice accumulations, again, the Euro moving the ice a little bit farther to the north, so we're in pretty good shape. Alexandria on northward, we'll have to watch it. The GFS, also pretty much the same thing, but it's actually going for a little ice accumulation during the day on Sunday. So we got to respect that possibility as well. When is it all going to happen now? We just have a slight threat levels, rain changing over to freezing rain, mainly to the north, bridges and overpasses starting Saturday night into Sunday. Slight chance of maybe a flurry, so no real snow with this one. Sub-freezing temperatures start midnight Saturday night to the north, and they continue at least through Monday afternoon. So it's going to be the coldest part of the winter coming up for sure. So 57 the overnight low, definitely a rainy evening out there. Then for tomorrow, we'll go mostly cloudy skies, a few scattered showers. Temperatures pushing near 70 degrees. degrees, and as we get into the 10-day forecast, we stay mild through Saturday, we'll say evening, then turning brutally cold, rain, freezing rain possibly as we get into Sunday, and then the coldest stretch of winter weather that lasts for more than a week. And we have cold air around for that long. There may be other winter weather scenarios lying ahead that we can't see quite yet. That's it for weather for now. We'll have more coming up in just a little bit.